An idea, something great pops into your brain, and then hesitation, a micro moment of hesitation, and it leads to procrastination, and then maybe someday into your graveyard with you. The graveyard, the richest place on the planet. More wealth is in the graveyard than anywhere because of all those dreams that went to die with all those people that never acted on them and brought those dreams to life, gave those dreams any life. So, what happens in that moment between a great idea and then the hesitation that leads to procrastination, and for just about almost everybody, into the graveyard, making it the richest place on planet Earth where there is no life? What causes that? So, our brains are hardwired back from the cave people days of survival, fight or flight response. If something is uncomfortable, uncertain, there's a mystery, it's scary, immediately the brain goes into auto protection as a survival tactic. But we still have those same hardwired, old, obsolete, irrelevant brains, for the most part, irrelevant, old, and obsolete. And so in modern day, we're at the top of the food chain, for better or for worse, and we have all this technology and stuff. We don't need to overprotect the way that we do with our hardwired brains. So the moment we get a great idea, and there's going to be anything uncomfortable about what you have to do to make that great idea, that dream, come to life, to give that beautiful dream life, if there's any uncertainty, any mystery, anything scary or uncomfortable, immediately there's a hesitation from the hardwiring of our brain. And then from the hesitation in that little micro moment, that hesitation sends that direct signal to the brain of distress. And the brain goes into over protection mode, over auto protection mode. And then we don't do anything. And for many of us, we never do anything. For many of us, maybe we'll start, but then we quit. So we're full of non starters and quitters. Very few people are finishers. So all of us at some point have done something where it was uncomfortable, it was scary to different degrees. And any time that you or I have ever done anything scary, we knew that it was going to be uncomfortable in some fashion, and we did it anyway. It's because the end result or something about it just meant more to us than that scary thing that we had to do to get it. In other words, we had a vision that we hold to our hearts that was more important and more powerful to us than that scary thing. It reminds me of something very important. You're always either going to be pulled by your vision or pushed around like a rag doll by your circumstances, or that scary, uncertain, uncomfortable thing. So the burden becomes to build a vision. If you're still hesitating, I guess is okay because we can't help it. But if the hesitation leads into procrastination, then you haven't gone through the deal of building up your vision yet, of making it more important to you than whatever you see in your way, whatever you have to figure out. And if you're still saying, but Tom, you don't know my circumstances. I'm broke. I have no money. My family hates me. I have XYZ, fill in the blank. Not to take away from the difficulties of that. It's difficult. But you haven't built a vision yet that is bigger than whatever is difficult and uncomfortable and scary and mysterious. So that's the burden. And the people that do see stuff through, not just little things, but big important things, where people revolutionize their life in whatever way they need to, whether it be health, wealth, being financially free, starting a business, being impactful the way that somebody wants to be, solving huge, dire problems. Those people that start on those journeys and finish those journeys, they developed a vision about what life is going to look like, how it's going to feel, who's going to be impacted, and how they're going to be impacted around them, other people around them, and how life is going to be different overall and what that's going to feel like. And they built it up big enough to where it was overpowering whatever was difficult. So if you've got a really difficult situation, you can't have a mediocre, anemic dream. It has to be bigger than that which is really difficult in your life. It's a constant balancing act. Your vision or your circumstances, if you're rationalizing your circumstances, which is, most of us do that, then you're giving more food to your circumstances than your vision. The one you feed more is the one that's going to win. So give more food and nourishment to your vision until your vision is more powerful than your circumstances. And you know it's more powerful than your circumstances when you're done making excuses for your circumstances. But I'm broke. But I have no time. But I got kids, so I'm going to use my kids as a crutch to be a loser and a quitter. Stop that nonsense. Oh my God. So when you give up that rationale game, and notice nobody ever just stops at an excuse. I'm broke. I have no time. I got kids. I have this past. We never stop there. There's rationalization, making up words. There's rationale behind that. We never stop at just making a statement. We have to rationalize it because that's how we make it easier to live with ourselves for being either a non-starter or a starter and a quitter. Anything other than a starter and a finisher. That's how we make it easier to live with ourselves for finding excuses to be a quitter and for using our kids and maybe other people as a crutch to be a quitter. So it's really about ego protection. And that kind of ego protection is deadly. It's stupid. It's obnoxious. It's self-absorbed. So in the end, it's really about ego and getting that in balance and in check. And if you get that in balance, you're still going to have fears and uncertainties. There's nothing that can be done to make those go away. But you can win over those fears and uncertainties and the mysterious just by developing a vision. And your ego has to be in check to do that. Otherwise, you're always going to be making a rationale behind your excuses to make those excuses easier to live with yourself for being a quitter. And that doesn't sound like fun. And everybody already knows how to go nowhere. So you're not going to lead anybody by being a quitter and by rationalizing those excuses to make it easier to live with yourself for being a quitter. So I say get out of that game because it's obnoxious, self-absorbed, stupid, selfish, and I don't think that we're supposed to live that way. But we do have this hard wiring problem, kind of creates a paradox. We got these dreams, but anything that's worthwhile doing, there's something that we got to do that's going to make us uncomfortable in the process, something that we don't want to do. But if the end result makes it worth it, we'll do it. So you got to make it worth it. And the journey, by the way, you can start to see the journey as something very valuable, because in the journey, that's when you're going to go through the process of becoming the person that can make that dream come true, solve that problem, accomplish that goal. And then you become that person that can do it, and you can do it again, right? That's pretty valuable. So share this. There's a like button, but there's also a love button right next to the like button. And with the love button there, if you click like, that's pretty impotent. So smash the love button and comment. Add some of your own wisdom in reply. I certainly love hearing other people's perspectives. It helps expand my own brain. So if I've helped expand yours, love this video and comment, expand mine in return. And share this, and my website is tomberkenmeyer.com, just like it's spelled here on social media, tomberkenmeyer.com. I've got literally thousands of pieces of content, all to do with health and wealth and financial freedom and cool mindset stuff. Like this would be a philosophical mindset video. And if you dig that, you'll probably find a lot of my comment really awesome. So I'll post another video soon, because I always do. Bye for now, everybody. Mwah.